As Bitcoin is now 7% down from all-time highs, were the bears right after all? And will it drop all the way down to $10,000? No. And with Bitcoin's biggest upgrade since SegWit 4 years ago approaching, will it have a similar effect on price as it did back then? I'm your host, Buster Cheeks, and just like my love life, Bitcoin's latest spot ETF was rejected. And even though it was expected, how will this affect Bitcoin going into the weekend, and does it destroy the Moon Boys' dreams of a $98,000 Bitcoin by the end of this month? Channel, make sure to like, subscribe, turn these and miss these absolutely time-sensitive alerts. If you're interested in any insane bonuses or joining our pool to earn rewards, make sure to check out the pinned comment below. And without any further magoo, let's big. So a lot has happened in the last 24 hours, and specifically with Bitcoin's newest upgrade and biggest upgrade in the last 4 years coming, Taproot. This is very big, and this article actually is now just a little bit outdated, as just moments ago it was confirmed that the SEC rejected VanEck's spot Bitcoin ETF, which again was expected. I don't think anybody really, everyone's been saying this. It's very unlikely that we'll get a spot-based ETF. Again, this didn't really, I don't think it really did too much to the market. Bitcoin was on a downtrend way before that happened. So for the past 4 days, and this was just announced, minutes ago. And again, it really hasn't impacted the price because nobody was really expecting this ETF to go through. But more importantly here, Bitcoin's Taproot upgrade here. Let's take a look. We remain bullish on high time frames, says Decent Trader, and continue to expect price to rally up to $85,000, $90,000 within the next few weeks, which aligns with the 1.618 fib retracement and showing nearby support levels focusing heavily around $59,000 US. And before we continue here, if we take a look at Bitcoin's chart, which we're going to be diving into more, again, that's significantly above the 21-day moving average, but there are other things that line up with that price level as well. And so SegWit was launched 4 months before Bitcoin reached $20,000 back in 2017, and Taproot, this upgrade, is the largest upgrade since then. So SegWit was launched back in 2017, and then Taproot is going to be launching here very, very shortly. And the last time Bitcoin had a major upgrade, it was back in August of 2017, and Bitcoin was at 4,000, and then within the following few months, it rallied all the way up to $20,000 US. And guys, another thing I want to highlight before we go any further as well is that I think a lot of people believe that historically December is like a time when Bitcoin should top out, but as far as I know, Bitcoin only reached its all-time highs in a bull cycle in one December, and that was the most recent bull cycle back in 2017. So it's not like December is a guarantee that that has to be the all-time high for Bitcoin. It would line up in terms of time frames and certain levels. So again, it's not like crazy to think Bitcoin will top out in December of this year, but it also doesn't have to. It's not like anything drastic is going to change if we say we top out in January, or say we top out even further back in February. Okay, you could say the same thing that like Bitcoin had to hold the 21-week. Otherwise, it wasn't in a bull market anymore. Okay, and you could have said that right here back in May, and then rally and go make all-time highs in the middle of a bull market still. So there's no guarantee that certain things have to happen, and if they don't happen exactly like they did before, then we can't have a bull market. None of that is real. It doesn't have to do anything. As well, you can see this chart is comparing the bull runs of the past compared to now. Obviously, the structure we've seen so far this year is already pretty drastically different. I would say the blue and orange are fairly identical, but even from the beginning, maybe even 20% of the way in, it already started to diverge a fair amount from previous cycles. And again, as time goes on, it would be silly to expect that things would just repeat exactly forever anyway, especially as everybody expects that to be the case. Again, it just makes it less and less likely that would ever happen. But in terms of Bitcoin's price, what we have right here is a 21-day moving average at about 62.5, so that's going to be pretty important. We have a good amount of support, obviously, at 61, and then also 60,000, a giant level. Also, remember, for like weeks and weeks, this was our big hard line of resistance. So 62,000, I think, will obviously turn into a pretty clear support right here. Again, if we look on this chart, if we look even the VPVR, you can see all of that is right about here. Okay, this is where the biggest amount of volume is accumulated. And again, that's right around 61,000. 60,000 is a giant level that is also support. So You know, that's why this article talks about 59 being really important, okay, as well. That would also you know, holding at 59 would also put us above this previous low here, right at about 57. Yeah, 57.8. But overall, some trading above and potentially under 60,000 should be expected, you know, in the short term. As we kind of regroup, just 4 days ago, we set a new all-time high, and then actually it was only 2 days ago we set a new all-time high, and then was swiftly rejected. Obviously, the trading strategy nowadays is very clearly fake a lot of people out who go long and wipe out their positions. That seems to happen every single pump we have. So every time we have a pump, we have a pretty large dump, and then every time we have a dump, we also have pumps. So there's a lot of I would say like competitive trading, or there's a lot of trading going on in these markets, and it's to be expected as the market obviously gets bigger and bigger. But trading around these levels, to me, again, I think sideways is going to be one of the bigger things that we do here, as opposed to a lot of pumping, a lot of dumping. I think you know, more sideways. If we look on this weekly chart, again, we're still holding. This is the only thing I really care about, is just making sure we held or flipped this previous resistance into support. And as I said maybe about a week ago, is that we're probably just going to end up, for the most part, hovering right around this range, and that's not a bad thing. We're just building up support here. Not to mention, I mean, as long as we even hold above these levels, 61, 62, and 60, I mean, again, really not much is going on. And in my opinion, all that's happening right now is that people are shaking out traders that are trying to get overly optimistic, and then people that get overly bearish as well also get shaken out, because pumps just switch momentum into dumps, and dumps switch momentum into pumps really quickly here. So in terms of altcoins as well, I don't think there's really too much to update, as Bitcoin dominates the entire trend right now. Obviously, as also Bitcoin just hit new all-time highs recently, a lot of pressure, a lot of attention is on Bitcoin. And when we saw Bitcoin take a big move over the last 48 hours down, all the top altcoins did as well. So to sum it up, spot Bitcoin ETF rejection, Taproot upgrade coming in days, and Bitcoin is holding above 60K. Absolutely beautiful. If you guys are new to the channel, make sure to like, subscribe, tune in to miss these absolutely time-sensitive alerts. As well, if you guys are interested in any bonuses, make sure to check out the pinned comment below. If any for them good, it's free.